Howdy, folks. Your host, Double J, back here, host of Operation GCD for another Fridaze with Nick my co-host, Nick from the Occult Rejects. Nick, greetings, sir. How you doing this evening?
What up? What up? What's going on? Thank you very much, sir. It's good seeing you again. It was only a few hours ago.
Great to see you again as well. It's been 3 weeks since we've both been here at the same time. So,
oh, that's true. That is true. Yeah.
I was on the IR, you were on the IR, and we had some folks filling in, including Nate, our guest tonight. Nate from Reality Czars. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you guys for having me back. It's always a fun time. And I want to give Teresa a shout out. I'm wearing her awesome hat that she made for me. This thing is dope. So much love to Teresa.
That's awesome. Yeah, nice. Thank you. Definitely check out that hat. Yeah, for real. I'll add the link in the show on my end for those hats if anybody's interested.
Nice. Yeah, it was just weird. I was just saying there. It's Nick and I haven't been on the same show here, co-host together in 3 weeks, but you were kind enough to fill in last week. I got a lot of good feedback on that one with Jonathan.
That was a good time, man. Yeah.
I mean, that was a lot of new stuff. I mean, maybe not a lot of new stuff, but I feel like some of that stuff was new to you. So how did you feel about all that information and discussion last week? Any summaries or reviews?
I mean, it was good shit, man. I mean, he kind of just a little bit of preaching to the choir for me as far as like the CIA's involvement with a lot of the serial killer and with a lot of like the MK Ultra, all that kind of stuff. Like I've kind of been on board with that for a long time, thinking that, I think pretty much most of the serial killers, especially in the 70s and 80s, were victims of MK Ultra. They were just like finding some fucking weirdos, giving them a bunch of drugs, fucking with them. And then they were kind of cutting them loose. And like, there were so many times, like, I'm thinking about Charles Manson in particular, where he was like, dude had been like in jail his entire life. He was a product of the system. Right. And then he would get caught with like drugs and underage girls in his car. And they would just kind of slap him on the wrist and be like, all right, now get out of here, you scoundrel. Shit like that. Like it just was like, he was being touched by, I mean, the feds were just keeping an eye on him. Like, so definitely they got a phone call and said, all right, let this one go. Like so all of those people, dude. Yeah,
for sure.
It was an interesting case too, because, just his making the connection with that cult and stuff like that. And, yeah, man, it was fascinating because I think that's another, I mean, I think most of those cults and kind of the secret societies are also kind of influenced by the CIA. I think it's one big fucking club, dude. I think it's one big fucking club.
Right. So we're talking like program to kill type stuff, Dave McGowan, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was fascinating. So thank you for letting me be a part of it, man. That was a good time.
No, again, appreciate you filling in for Nick when he was on the IR. I agree with you on the program to kill stuff.
I felt so bad about that because I hit Nate up and I was like, yo, you still coming on the show today? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I didn't even tell him I wasn't coming on.
I found out, on Twitter. I was like, I'm co-hosting. All right.
Oh.
I was like, yo, he must be confused when he showed up. Nick's not here.
Yeah, I didn't realize it went down like that.
Yeah.
Nice though. It seemed.
Yeah, I was waiting for a text.
Y'all put it off seamless though.
I just roll with shit, dude. It was fun, man. That was a good time.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I got a lot of good feedback. I'm going to definitely have Jonathan Mitchell back for the edification of folks at the interwebs. Definitely going to have Jonathan Mitchell back for a future installment, either here on Fridaze or Operation GCD Live, one of the two, talking more in depth on some of those topics, sharing some notes with them and whatnot. But yeah, I had a great time in the conversation. Even Charles, to your point on Charles Manson, he, first of all, are you familiar with the 6 Degrees of Charles Manson game that I like to play here on Operation GCD Live?
No, but mine's podcast. Direct, and we've talked about that, which is kind of interesting. The Charles Manson.
I was going to say, yeah. I was going to say you got to score a 2 right there, right? Your father said Charles Manson, and you got a Manson score a 2.
Yep, and I have a weirder connection. I was just going to say my mom and being connected to. God damn it, with the Werner von Braun, and that's a weird one too.
Oh no shit!
My mom got to meet him. He came to her school and talked about outer space and shit when she was a little kid.
That's a wild time. Nothing like having an SS Nazi do an assembly at your elementary
Word of
school.
von Braun, Charles Manson.
But yeah, it's weird.
Right.
Find out.
Weird shit, dude. Yeah.
No, I mean, I just like to see, I like to joke around. But that's a good comment there from username about Whitey Bulger. He's definitely another kind of program to kill. Not necessarily in the serial killer fashion, but he's got a body count probably far greater than a lot of serial killers, right? And he was definitely infiltrated in prison, handled by the FBI, like you're saying about Manson. So when Manson got busted for the Tate the Tate and LaBianca murders, he made a comment to police during his arrest that somebody was pissing on his leather or something like that. Meaning you get leather wet, it restricts. So like somebody was pulling him back in. So he was cognizant of, clearly it seems he was cognizant of being some sort of, puppet, you know what I mean, for somebody or some people.
I'm pretty sure Thomas is my CIA handler. I'm not sure, but
I've been telling you.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I never said that to you, actually.
So I just think it's fun. Like one of the things I like to do with the Manson situation, I think it's funny, at least to me, is the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, the 6 degrees of Charles Manson. Because if you look at it, dude, he's like a real big, he's Americana. You don't really get more Americana folklore than Charles Manson. He really,
and his really music,
so many things.
Wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
his music was really not that bad.
No.
Yeah. I'll say this here right now, kind of controversial. I would take Charles Manson's music over the Beatles any fucking day. Fuck the Beatles. Yeah. I hate the goddamn Beatles. I'm just being a contrarian, but they do annoy the fuck out of me. They're super overrated. And the Rolling Stones. Fuck the Rolling Stones too.
The thing is that if you have if you say they got 2 or 3 good albums that you could listen to, that's 2 or 3 more albums that fucking Charles Manson has.
Charles Manson has 2 good songs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's just so much more music I can get stoned and bug out to with the Beatles than I can with Charles Manson. That's the problem.
I don't think I ever took enough acid to really get the Beatles. I think if I had done more acid, I'd probably have gotten the Beatles, or done acid while I was listening to the Beatles. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be a big Beatles fan, and as in later years, my later years as an adult here, I've questioned, were the Beatles that good? I've re-listened to a lot of their music, and I'm not saying they're awful, but I'm also saying are they really that?
They were definitely an op, dude. They were definitely an op, and I think 100%, and so they were definitely promoted by the fucking CIA and all that kind of bullshit, and made to be the celebrities that they were. But yeah, I think they made some decent music. I'm just being a dildo. I just sort of hate them a little bit.
No, I totally agree with you about being an op. I mean, they're deeply embedded in the Process Church activities. In fact, they do that one album where they all have the Process cloaks, looking like it's the 1964 album, maybe Help. They have the Process Church cloaks. Not styled cloaks, right? You know what I mean? It's not the same ones, but and then they did that other album cover with the severed doll heads and stuff. A lot of weird shit. But yeah, I mean, John met Yoko at the Process Church's coffee shop, owned by Paul McCartney's girlfriend's brother, a fellow by the name of Peter Asher. He's a major figure. He's been a major figure in Hollywood, rock and roll and other music production in recent years. His sister Jane Asher dated Paul McCartney, not Paul McCartney, but Paul McCartney, the first Paul McCartney. The pre-67 McCartney, right? So that's where they all hung out at this Process Church, situation. And it's, it's weird to me, again, so the Asher, Jane and Peter Asher, their first cousin was one of the founding members of the Process as well. So again, this whole Peter Asher's in the Process, he owns the Process. They're operating out of this coffee shop in the Mayfair district of London. They're deeply embedded in all of the music industry, right? You can just look up Peter Asher. I mean, dude's got some credits, you know what I mean?
The Beatles Help album, fun fact, the Beatles Help album, every single pose they're doing is a magical, it's poses done in ritual stuff.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I could.
Crowley shit, right?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say him. The lesser ritual of the hexagram came out of the Golden Dawn, but Crowley didn't write it. The first one is the sign of Osiris slain. Then the thing that kind of almost looks like Ringo kind of, putting his hand up. That's the symbol of Earth, is kind of doing a swastika. I mean, not swastika. The
My
Elon
heart goes
Not
out to you.
Musk, that high thing. You know the way he says hi. You know the way Elon Musk does it. You put your hand out like that, and your left hand back a little bit, and that's the sign of Earth. But that's used all over. Then you have this one. That's the sign of Apophis and Typhon, and that one's the sign of Isis. The sign of Isis in morning. The morning of Isis. It's 3 signs are from the LVX, and then one of them is an elemental sign.
Interesting.
Yeah, so these are all poses out of Thelema, huh?
Yeah, when you do the LVX, you do the sign of Osiris slain, the sign of the morning of Isis. You can either make a swastika or you could do it that way, like he's doing right there with his hand up and one out. That's the sign of Apophis and Typhon. Yeah, whatever. It's a lot of it's in the sign of Osiris slain, the sign of the morning of Isis, the sign of Apophis and Typhon, the sign of Osiris risen. 3 out of the 4 of them are in there.
Signs and symbols, dude.
Yeah, then that's the Earth. That one.
Oh,
yeah. The one that Ringo's on. Happy deal.
yeah, Ringo's not important. Let's be honest about the situation. What's the one song that Ringo sang? Octopus's Garden? Get the fuck out of here. That's a joke. That's what I'm saying. So none of these guys have had successful careers after the Beatles, right? Not a one of them, right?
See, like that's what I think is occult symbolism. We're talking about the octopus in the garden.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I think that's your vitreous nerves hanging down to your, down to like where it looks like the tree and the flower petals in your eyeball. Yeah, I mean, even the vitreous nerves. I mean, they do kind of. I do think a lot of that comes from a lot of the Cthulhu type stuff and all these like beasts with all these like shit. I think that all comes from that. Believe it or not, because that's when you go into the darkest part of your fucking eyeball as well.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. I expect all of these occult bands to be doing occult shit across the spectrum of their activities, not their album covers, their lyrics. You know what I mean? All of it.
You know, see, this is
so with a lot of these musicians. I'm curious, especially from that comment. Ringo didn't know what was going on.
I want to comment to that too.
Yeah, I'm curious about how much these fucking musical stars know what the fuck is going on, or how much of them are told, "All right, now pose like this." For like the album covers and dumb shit like that. Like some of it is so, because I had William Ramsey come on the show and we talked about the faggot Satanists. What are they called? The Order of 9 Faggot Angles. Right. The only time we've ever gotten death threats when I've talked shit about the Order of 9 Angles. Okay. Those fucking queer baits. They'll come kill me someday. Fuck you, faggots. But I had William Ramsey come on and talk to me about it, and there's some queerbait British singer. What the hell is his name? And he basically like broke down the music video of this. Like he's like a goofball, like redheaded. I can't think of his stupid ass name, but I was like, "There's no fucking way he's in on this shit." You know what I mean? Like the director, the person, like the music producer.
You're talking about Ed.
Who is it?
Talking about Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. It was an Ed Sheeran song. I was like, there's no goddamn way Ed Sheeran is in on this shit. But he was like, this is like Order of 9 Angles, his smiley face killer. He was like showing all the symbols and all the stuff. And I was like, it's interesting and it's there. Like if you're looking for it, you can find it. And you're like, all right, yeah, I can see that. But do you think Ed Sheeran's in on it, or do you think like the fucking music producers and the choreographers, like, you know what I mean? Like who puts that shit together?
Managers.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Nick? Sorry.
Well, when it comes to Ringo Starr, I mean, with the Beatles and just certain people are like, oh, you know, like, does Ringo know all that?
Yeah.
Ringo knows enough to where Ringo is known all over the world for being in the Beatles. Ringo is on tons of albums. Ringo has made a fuck ton of money, more money than I or General, what's his name? Chemical General 12 will ever see or ever make. General 12 saying, what does Ringo know? He knows much more than us because he's much more fucking successful, isn't he?
But how many of those people,
how dumb these fucking people are? Yeah. They know enough to be fucking famous in gods. Somebody gotta stop downplaying how dumb these motherfuckers are.
I mean, you might be right, dude, because like so many people always talk about how dumb government is. They couldn't do that. Government's so stupid. I'm like, well, the stupid politician that they put out there to be the figurehead is that dumb. But the people, like the puppet masters behind them, are fucking actually doing that, and that's done on purpose. And I guess that is my question. Is Ed Sheeran a fucking puppet master, or is he just a goofball out front? I don't know.
Well, I don't think it's
is Katy Perry like some evil mastermind, or is she just some dumb... Sorry, JJ, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying, but to both your all points, I don't think they're mutually exclusive, right? So, like, I think Ed Sheeran may know some things. I think Ringo Starr definitely knows some things, right? But I also think these managers, like, for example, your Colonel Tom Parker's, like, behind Elvis, right? Who basically dictated all about
innocent. Right, and I think that's what you're saying. It's if you look at Ed Sheeran, he looks like he eats kids' assholes and stuff. Like, he looks like a fucking freak. He looks like I wouldn't be surprised if he was like at a white version of a Diddy party. Like, he's not going to the Diddy party unless he's getting passed around like a joint. But poor Justin Bieber. Rip his butthole. Not rip his butthole. That's already done. But rest in peace, Justin Bieber's butthole. But like, for real, I don't think that you can be innocent. I think that to be that famous, they make you play some ball, right? But they're not power players. Maybe Ringo is. I don't know. What do you think?
Bottoms, maybe, right? Yeah. So to the point of Ringo Starr, like, you know, he seems like an occultist, right? So his birth name is Richard Starkey. What the fuck does Ringo Starr mean? Like, that just has some. To me, it seems like it has occult connotations.
Well, you take out the O and you got the star in the ring. That's a pentagram right there.
There you go. There you go.
Ring O, which is an O, star.
Yeah. There you go. See, it's that easy. I wouldn't even consider that. To me, it looks like there's meaning behind that name. So,
which is interesting because that would be the pentagram, and that's the symbol of Earth, which is exactly what the fuck he's doing in the whole fucking thing. He's doing the symbol of Earth.
Oh. I think we just solved some Beatles mysteries here, gents. Now I think from the outside in, we look at it like, oh, are these people part of the group? Are these people part of the group? But you already said it, Nate. They're all part of the group.
You kind of have to be.
They're all part of the group.
I mean, Nick made a good point. It's like he's a fucking multi-millionaire 10 times over, is a household name. You don't get to be one of those unless you.
I love to call these people dumb motherfuckers and think I'm smarter than them and deserve that money instead. But unfortunately, they're probably intelligent in certain ways that we don't fucking understand. Unfortunately.
Sure.
That are good little piss piggies and do what they're told. Yeah.
What's that?
I said, or they're good little piss piggies and they do what they're told. One or the other.
Oh, yeah. That is, believe it or not, it's probably more of cases than others. But they know enough to get in the position they're in to even be there.
Yeah.
I don't think that happens. Even though you're still getting fucked and pimped out, I think you have to still have a certain understanding to even get fucked and pimped out.
Sure. What does Ed Sheeran know? I don't know.
Did you call them piss piggies?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a good
that's like a position in the gay community, kind of like an otter or a bear. And a piss piggy is one that will let you just use them like a urinal. Okay. Like they just like to get group sex by a bunch of gay men and get pissed on.
What?
Sure.
Yeah.
They do the.
I live in Portland, dude. The vernacular is.
Anybody that title actually fits to call them that?
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, they teach that elementary school out there, huh? So as far as following instructions or being a nice little piss piggy, look at Paul McCartney, right? Like, clearly there was a change in Paul McCartney's in '67 because they never played another live concert with an audience, right? So something happened with that in '67. The only live concert they did when Fall came on board was on the top of a building. So, he's playing the perfect little piss piggy for somebody, right?
Yeah, there was a Let It Be album. They did that whole album. Yeah, they did that whole album on the roof of a building. But even after Magical Mystery
Tour, it was Sgt. Pepper's.
No, Let It Be was the last album. No, wasn't there actually the last album? But it was like they filmed it on the roof. Yeah, Let It Be, the whole album.
Okay, well, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, that was probably
look at all the titles of their.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you can go, JJ.
No, I was just saying, look at all the titles of their albums. You just mentioned Magical Mystery Tour, right? What the fuck? It's got it in the name, right?
Yo, they stopped touring around then too. Once they started getting into that type of music too, and like their style changed, they actually stopped touring and they just were basically a studio band.
That's what I'm saying here. I think the precipitating event there was Paul's death. The only concert they played, like you're saying, was on top of that roof, so no one could see the new Paul.
That is very, yeah. A lot of things do kind of fit to kind of, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Even the style of music kind of changed.
Oh, big time. Big time. And somehow Phil Spector got all their music rights. That creepy motherfucker from Hollywood who murdered that bitch in his lobby of his home. Not the first woman he's murked in his foyer, I assure you. But it's the first time he got held accountable for.
Phil Spector is really hideous. He looks like a Jew. Is he a Jew? I don't know what the hell last name Spector is.
Dude, his name is outrageous.
Spector sounds like a Polak, but he looks like a Jew. He looks like a goddamn god.
Let's play a game. Are you a Jew?
Yeah. Wikipedia, like immediately, I guarantee you, it always tells you. It always is. The noticing, dude.
Right.
I'll look it up. Let's find out. Phil Spector.
He does have a very Jewish sounding name, right? Harvey Philip Spector, right?
But, dude, you can't tell me he's not a Jew. There, look at him.
Yeah,
let's see here.
He's from the Bronx, also. That's not necessarily a Jewish population, but there is a lot of Jewish population there.
Let's see here.
He produced
like in the early years.
There you go, Nick, right there. Early years. He went to some here we go, Russian Jewish family. You nailed it.
There you go. Always.
Bingo.
Always.
Bingo. So, dude, that dude was some wild shit, dude. So I see that. Do y'all remember the wigs he would wear into court for his murder trial? He had like various wigs.
Yeah, they're dope, dude.
Oh, dude, they're outrageous. Let me pull up a couple photos here to demonstrate what I'm talking about. That's a very tiny one, but let's pull that up. I mean, that one looks almost normal, right? You can see that dude on the screen. Maybe that's his normal hair, right? Maybe.
Oh my god, he looks like a
Muppet.
Like
a muskrat on top of his head.
But... Yeah. Fuck, he's so ugly.
How about this one?
Yes.
Yo.
That's amazing, dude.
What is going on here?
So the audio is really missing out on this now.
Yeah, definitely go follow them on Rumble right now. You got to watch the video, everybody. This is fantastic.
Or Twixter and YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sorry, we're on YouTube. I'll be more careful with the wild things I say. I've been calling people piss piggies and all kinds of shit.
Right, that's right. Yeah, so he wore a different wig every day. Like, what kind of Looney Tune shows up to his own like a murder trial, just popping on new wigs every day, dude? Like, what are you doing?
Somebody that's very stable. Good
Super
Lord.
Stable. This one I like to call like the '80s coke hair. This is '80s coke hair, Phil Spector.
I don't know how wigs can be greasy, but that looks greasy.
Right. Yeah, super greasy.
Dude, that skin was falling right off the scale.
Teresa better wigs than Bridget McCrone.
Yeah, and if you're really careful, if you look, you can kind of see where his horns are protruding, his Jew horns. I think that's what he's trying to hide with the wig. He needs to file them down better.
Right. He's a wild dude, that Phil Spector.
Hell yeah, dude.
I guess I didn't recognize he was Jewish, but I mean, it's Hollywood, it's music industry. Why not, right? So that comment from Teresa, I thought that was good. Better than a Bridget McCrone wig. I would have to agree with that. Are you all familiar with the Bridget McCrone situation?
Oh, dude, she's a pig. So she's the lady that molested. Are we talking about the French president Emmanuel Macron? And he got diddled by his okay. The story, as far as I know, it was his best friend growing up, and he was 15. This was like his school teacher, and she started blowing him and diddling his dick. Hey guys,
yep.
And so And then, long story short, dude, it comes out like there was some like credible fucking news reporting. She has a wiener. She's been a dude this whole time. So she's like an old school fucking French tranny.
Yeah, Teresa's been following that by what's her face has been covering.
No, but you're
the black chick, I forgot her name. Damn it, Candace Owens. I think she's been covering. Yeah. She's been telling me this whole story. It sounds so fucked up.
Dude, like, Candace Owens surprises me every day. I know that she has to be an op, but she's doing some good shit, and I'm enjoying it. Like, as far as the limited hangout goes, like, she's one of my favorites right now. She's one of the good ones. She can stay.
At least entertaining, and like, you know.
Right.
Yeah, she is. She's funny.
There's probably actually a lot of truth behind the topic that she's covering now. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I love the drama between her and fucking Ben Shapiro. As soon as she started like questioning like Israeli and Jewish power, like Ben Shapiro, you could watch him. He was trying so hard not to say the N-word, like in their interactions.
Right.
It's so fucking funny.
Well, it's interesting you say her beef with Ben Shapiro, because I kind of wondered if that was like legit. I mean, I know it's played off as legit or whatnot, but like her agent, the person who made Candace Owens before she was with the Daily Wire, was an Israeli porn producer.
They all do that. That's one of the things they do.
They're all Israeli porn producers.
They're all porn producers. Yeah, they can't help it. It's
no, but so she's on target. No, go ahead.
Oh, I got nothing good to say. I was going to say more horrible things. So okay, just keep going before
I give you guys a strike.
You gave a good summary of the events going on with Bridget McCrone, right? She was his teacher. He was 15. She was 39, I believe. So that's demonstrable, right? Like,
and she is stretched.
17.
Yeah.
Oh, well, obviously, sure, yeah. No, that's a dude. That's 100% a dude. John Michel Trogneau is his name. There's no doubt about that situation.
Yeah, but Teresa's saying it's more than likely the kid's, I don't know, somehow it's like related.
The father. No, you're right. That's the crazy part. So not only is it his man wife, it's also his father.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
I haven't been paying attention that good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the new twist. That's the most recent development in the Candace Owens series. And she makes a legitimate argument for it.
I guess I should be paying more attention to Candace Owens. Like, she's an entertaining lady. I haven't watched her show in a minute.
Yeah, so
hey Teresa, I love you, dude. Thank you for the hat. Everyone go to Teresa's shop and buy one of these awesome hats.
For sure. 10-foil on 10-foil going tonight.
Tinfoil on tinfoil.
Yes. So, I mean, as far as this Candace Owens situation goes, to respond to this "wait, what" comment. So, yeah, apparently might as well be Trudeau. Apparently, McCrone married his high school teacher, who was a dude who turned into a lady, and then it was somehow also his father. So, and he looks like Bridget McCrone has a son, and it looks like Emmanuel Macron's brother. Right, I mean, they may as well be, spitting images of one another. And McCrone has no background as a child. Oh, it's a whole big orgy fest, in my opinion. They're all just plugging things in holes, dude, all day long.
Oh, they're French, so that's like.
Well, that's what I was. Yeah, so.
Sticking baguettes.
Well, no, so Candace Owens and her.
As degenerate as Jews, but better wine and cheese.
For sure. They do some weird shit in France. There's no doubt about that. And on that weird shit, Candace Owens was just covering that Macron got brought up and was the youngest head of the Rothschild Bank in France. So I know that's a common conspiracy trope.
Wait, who was?
Rothschilds are behind everything. But it's the French Rothschilds are all behind Macron.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
There's some weird.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard a million unsubstantiated claims that basically every goddamn ruler on the planet right now is a Rothschild bastard, including who's that little autistic retard from Sweden that won't shut the fuck up? What's her name?
I already knew who you were talking about.
Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg, is also a fucking Rothschild bastard. Yeah. I'll go out on a.
Well, that is the common conspiracy trope, right? That all of these world leaders are Rothschilds, right? But it seems to be the fact with Emmanuel Macron.
Mm.
And it seems to be there's an intersection between this Trogneau family, right? That his wife / husband / father's from, and the Rothschilds. Like that's a branch of the Rothschilds. And speaking of weird incest shit, when they're all just plugging things in different holes. Candace Owens covered that. One of the Rothschilds actually said that's what they do. They're into incest. They want to keep it in the family.
100%, dude. Yeah, you can find that video of them talking about it. They're like they're like, growing up, I knew I was gonna have to marry my cousin, or I knew I was gonna have to marry my fucking because that's what they do. Yeah, they keep them in. Zindra says Greta was born a male. Would not surprise me. I think she has a little Adam's apple, dude. Yeah.
Right.
Back in the day, how many kids?
I also don't think she's a teenager.
Yeah, dude, she has like 40-year-old face. Yeah, definitely.
I don't think.
Oh yeah,
something's off. Yeah,
she's got a spaghetti noodle dick too, and probably a tail. I'm guessing she's got a tail,
like a pig dick, like a pitch pig dick. You know, a little twirl one.
Yeah, it's got a little twirl to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a horrible case of corona.
But I'm pretty sure all Jews have cloacas, kind of like birds and reptiles. I'm pretty sure they have cloacas. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yo, Teresa said Greta's hot for a gay retard.
Right.
Yo, that's fucking foul.
Hey, we sexualize retards on Schizo News Network. That's what we do. So there you go.
You went on your channel once.
Squatch would. Squatch isn't here, but Squatch would.
Squatch would hit it?
Squatch would definitely hit it. Yeah.
Just to say you hit it, right? I guess you could do it for that reason.
I hit it for the story. Like,
how many people?
Yeah. Sure. I mean, that's a real discussion I have with my friends at work. Like, would you fuck Hillary Clinton for the story?
Oh, oh,
that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
That's not even really much street cred either, because people will be like, "Yo, it's fucking child molesting."
Like, you did what?
That's a big say. Yeah, right. You can't even get street cred on that. I mean, maybe with like libtards, but then like I don't know, they'll probably think like I don't know something negative about that too. Fuck.
Would anyone even believe you if you told them that, right? Like, I banged Hillary Clinton.
No, you got to take a picture. Like, even that could be AI.
You really didn't want to do that, right? Like,
you gotta have some evidence.
You have to live stream it. That's the only way. You'd have to fucking. I do it for Rumble. Yeah, Rumble.
Yeah, you need a notary, like a notary to like sign off on it and shit.
I'll do it for the super chats.
I need some serious Rumble rants here. $500 will come all over his stupid face. Here we go.
Oh man, that's rough. That's rough.
That's out of DC.
So, with all this...
Yo, what fuck? Yeah. You can't come on here.
Happy Friday, boys.
Yeah, I gotta check out YouTube. Make sure.
What's the next move here in the transpocalypse? You over there on your Schizo News, as you said, you guys do a lot of sexualizing retarded folks. A lot of class, regimen of different classes of folks. Which don't get me wrong, I enjoy this. One of those classes is the transpocalypse. So we're clearly under a transpocalypse with this Bridget McCrone stuff.
Oh, dude,
trans people.
Yeah, we love the trannies on Schizo News. Oh, dude. There's actually, if I can find it, there's a pretty funny video we could watch. It's this gross tranny that's talking about it, and she's like, she shows you a bunch of trannies, and you're supposed to guess if it's a male or a female. It's like a trans spotting, basically. God, it's some good shit.
That's a good game, though. I like that.
Yeah, put that on a hat, Teresa.
I'll have to get another one from you, Teresa.
Transpocalypse.
The transpocalypse. I like it. That definitely.
Imagine that takes off out of everything. Fuck.
Yes, I have a transpocalypse example in the opening credits there with old Buffalo Jerry Revisa, but it just seems like the more that goes on, there's all this trans stuff in every segment of life, including politics. So Michelle Obama, like in my opinion, she's probably next on the agenda as far as outing her after Bridget Macron. You know, I see that's the next domino in the transpocalypse going down.
I could definitely see
They've gone
that.
their separate ways.
Has Candace Owens suggested that already, though? Has she? Has she made comments like that? She may have, actually.
I don't know. Has she?
She may have, believe it or not.
I don't want to be like mean because Candace Owens kind of based, but like I wouldn't be surprised if she had a wiener. That's the problem with the trans shit. When you start doing the trans spotting stuff, all of a sudden you start looking and everyone looks like a goddamn tranny. You're like, that's definitely a tranny. Like there's people that make whole channels that are just basically that, and they're ridiculous retards. It is funny to watch, but they are ridiculous.
Twitter account I follow that if I'm sure by the end of the year, by the time this dude is done blaming every chick for being a dude, we're not going to be able to procreate anymore. Like,
yeah, dude, it's real silly.
It's just like, is there any females left? Like,
no.
I don't know.
Well, definitely. I mean, this has definitely been a trend in Hollywood, the transpocalypse, for some time. It's only become recently public in recent years, but like, there's a long-standing trend of this activity in Hollywood. From James Bond film.
Since black and white movies.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, yes, because what was the dude from Gone with the Wind? He on his birth certificate, it says female. The male actor lead for Gone with the Wind, was it Cary Grant? Is that his name?
Interesting. I mean, it even goes back to like the old plays and shit, right? They would never have like a woman on stage, right? When they have dudes play the chicks, or vice versa. They had like a lady play Peter Pan and shit in the old plays. They've been doing this fucking forever, dude. It's all about inversion and.
No, you're right. That's exactly what it is. It has been going on for a while. Clark Gable was the dude I was thinking of. Clark Gable.
I don't know if it was a Twilight Zone.
Born a female.
I don't know why I'm thinking this. I saw something where it was on like Instagram, but they actually like came with receipts. And I think they showed like a Twilight Zone episode where it was like showing a pool, and it was like all these chairs around the pool on one, two sides, and it looked like all chicks like wearing the same outfits and bathing suits on there. And they actually showed proof that was all guys.
Yeah. Not shocking, right? Dude. I found the trans-spotting video. Do you guys want to watch it?
Yeah. Let's do it.
It's pretty funny. Let's watch it. Okay, I will share my screen. You're going to have to add it.
Yep.
And we are ready. All right, let me know when you're ready.
I've seen this character.
Yeah. This shit's pretty funny. Let's watch it.
The person who thinks they can always tell when someone's trans. Huh? Okay, well, let's put that to the test. I'm about to show you a series of photographs, but it is up to you to determine if each person is trans or not. Starting with this man. Handsome, good hair, trans? Yes, George Evans is a trans man and a lovely human being. What about this woman? Lovely skin, beautiful smile, trans? Yes, Jamie Pandit is indeed a trans woman. Now, what about this woman? There are women with beards and short hair, but it's actually a cisgender man, Josh Sider, who pretends to be trans and black in order to own the libs. Good luck to you, Josh. Now, what about this man? He has very masculine features and, in fact, is a trans man. His name is Monroe Benuelos, and he is a model and content creator. And what about this woman? This is a transgender pop star from Germany named Kim Petras. You might have heard this song, Mama Don't Know That It's Getting Hot at the body. Doing something unholy. And finally, how about this person? This looks like a person.
This one is the one that I think is really funny. You guys instantly know who this is?
Yeah. Was exploring their gender and sexuality, someone who maybe has a feminine spirit inside of them that they're slowly starting to let out. And while that may be true, this is in fact a photo of J.D. Vance, the next vice president of the United States. And despite this photo, J.D. wants you to know that he is definitely not queer in any way, shape, or form, okay?
Yo.
That's
like Thiel likes him. 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 Thiel likes We've been saying that in the Occult Rejects. Peter Thiel is pumping it up JD Vance's ass.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure.
Well, he's got to replace his boyfriend who just happened to leap off a 17-story building in Miami, right? Y'all remember that
His
one?
butt was getting loose, dude. He was already soaked. That piss piggy was done. And it was time to get a better one. So,
yo, at least he
time to
gave
get a new piss piggy.
JD Vance, the new piss piggy. And see, he smells like piss all the time, but you just blame that he has a dot head wife. So, like, it smells like a goddamn used toilet all the time. So,
Right.
Yeah, curry shits. Good God.
Yeah, so Peter Thiel's, I think he's married. I think he's got a husband or whatever. But this was back in April of 2023, and new details emerged about Peter Thiel's alleged boyfriend's death. Dude just took a dive out of a tall building in Miami.
As they do, yeah.
Yeah, pretty standard. So Thiel surrounds himself. I mean, what do you think about Thiel, generally speaking? Because he's an interesting character.
I think he's a fake libertarian. I think probably at one time he was like, as same with myself, was brainwashed by like Jewish economics, Jewish money magic, and was convinced to be like a libertarian. Yes, thank you, Teresa. I think that he was successful, had some money, and I think a lot of them use some of that shit. It says, I guess Bigfoot is just really a tall, big, hairy woman named Brenda. Could be, dude. Could be. There is some, like, we've had people come on and talk to us about Bigfoot having a giant schlong, though. Like, he has, like, a giant baseball bat. But, the crazy thing is, dude, if he's running through the woods... Oh, dude, yes, 100%, dude. Yeah, we're all about it. We're gonna read some live on the show, actually, as we're getting ready for a Bigfoot pamphlet. We're gonna do a video with Raven from the Nephilim Death Squad. We're gonna read some Bigfoot erotica. It's gonna be some good shit.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, I mean, Peter Thiel, I think, is just a giant piece of shit. I think that he made a lot of money. I think he's probably a pretty smart fucking dude. I think he. I just think he's a raging homosexual. I don't know. I think he's a giant piece of shit, and he just wants to protect his money at this point. I think a lot of those people that are real smart, they start to think that they know how you should live better than you do. And so they become like technocrats. They become like, they're essentially like the newer version of like eugenicists. I think all of those people want to fucking put a chip in your head so they can track and trace you. I think him and Elon Musk probably smell each other's farts. I think they're just fucking queer assholes. Yeah, absolutely. I think they think that they are the elites that should live and that we should either obey or die. They all want us to be piss piggies or death.
Piss piggy.
That's piss piggy or death. That's a choice you have to live in the technocratic world.
How about death by being a piss piggy?
Live free or die a piss piggy.
Even better, dude.
The ultimate sin, the ultimate punishment. Now, I think that's a good assessment. Nick and I were talking about Peter Thiel and gang just the other day, or earlier today, because he's very. All of these people around Trump are very Thiel-oriented people. All the Silicon Valley folks. JD Vance was funded by Thiel for his venture capitalist firm.
So same with that Panji. What the hell was his name? Who was the Panji? He had Thiel money too, didn't he? The one that was up with Elon in the Doge shit for a minute. Yeah, Ramaswamy. I think he had some weird weird connections with that.
Under like 30 MAGA senators and shit.
Do you know what JD Vance's son's name is?
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Vivek and his wife they go way back, apparently. They all went to Yale Law School together too, I believe.
Well, dotheads have to, I said dotheads have to stick together, I guess. I don't know.
Sure. But I think you're spot on with the fake libertarian stuff, because Peter Thiel shut down. I mean, right, wrong, or indifferent, he financed Hulk Hogan's lawsuit against the website Gawker to shut it down because Gawker outed him as being a homosexual conservative. Now, that's the official story, right? And that did happen. I'm not saying that didn't happen. What I'm saying is there was a deeper reason, I think, because Gawker is the only publication to publish the Epstein Black Book from Nick Bryan's article and releasing the Black Book from Epstein's housekeeper or his butler or whatever, right? So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, what's the separation between Thiel and that situation, right? Because he shut
Jeffrey
down.
Epstein is also one of these like rich Jewish fucking pretty fucking brilliant eugenicists. Like people talk about him diddling kids and stuff, but they don't really talk enough about like what was happening at Zora Ranch. And basically, like all of the scientists that he was like talking with and doing all that weird shit with, like I think that they were dumping money into his Ponzi scheme. Like I think he was definitely doing cloning. He was trying to make embryos of himself. He was trying to like make 1 million Jeffrey Epsteins. And who the fuck knows what happened to those embryos? There might be 1 million fucking Jeffrey Epsteins that are just fucking out and about in the world. He was definitely trying. Epstein? Yeah, dude. He had a bunch of fucking hookers. Who was the other guy? It wasn't Thiel. It was Peter Nygaard. He was the one that was like hooking up with prostitutes and then paying them to abort their fetuses so that he could like basically like use his own children. He's like Saturn, right? He was like he was consuming his own children. It's like Jewish magic bullshit. Like he was like ingesting fucking fetus tissue, or like probably in his veins, but like he was taking their stem cells of his own kids to like try to live forever. Like these people are goddamn psychopaths. And I think that that's exactly what the kind of bullshit that Jeffrey Epstein was doing as well. And I think that's why all those scientists fucking loved him, because he had no scruples, no morals. He was just a gross fucking pig, child molesting Jew. And he was going to do anything. He was a fucking eugenicist piece of shit.
That is wild. You said stem cells and using it to heal himself?
Peter Nygaard, dude. Yeah, look that up. So he was fucking a bunch of broads, a bunch of hookers, and a bunch of like just gross women that he could pay to get pregnant, then forcing them to get abortions. Yeah, there you go. Oh my God, that's right. Nygaard is such a monster. Yeah, Peter Nygaard. I think he was good buddies with Peter Thiel. He was another one of those dudes that was like funding a bunch of fucking people, doing a bunch of wild shit.
Yeah, look at Island. Well, so check this out. So, you, as far as Thiel goes and Epstein, did you know they were competing in financing AI projects?
See, I really do think what we were talking about earlier today, JJ, now thinking about the whole Epstein thing, I really do think him and Bankman-Fried might have gotten taken out by Thiel because they were both involved in things that he is involved in.
You read my mind because I was going to ask you about that next, Nick. Yeah, can you explain some of those thoughts? I thought that was some pretty good theories you're dropping on me.
Well, I know with Peter Thiel is associated with I could try to find the name of the company. It's the machine. It's like MIRI machine something, and he's like one of the biggest donors, and so is Bankman-Fried, but he's using it through one of his companies. But for sure, they have both donated, and they're both involved in some like think tank for AI. And they're also like involved with like that altruism, that effective altruism shit too.
Yep.
That Sam Bankman-Fried kind of re-sparked. It was something that was started.
Altruistic altruism.
Yeah. Some shit like that. And Sam Bankman-Fried's involved in all this shit too. Believe it or not, I think Nate might have mentioned it to JJ. I found all this, believe it or not, digging into the Zizian cult. Believe it or not, this all ties
interesting. Yeah, I don't know enough about the Zizian cult. So
yeah, it all ties back to this. All these motherfuckers tie back to this one place that Sam Bankman-Fried and
I mean, it all to me, every single bit of it goes back to. I mean, if you look up like the members, well, I mean, okay, if you want to go farther back, I would say they're all fucking. God, the fuck damn it! What are those? Oh, they're all Fabian socialists, right? And like to me, all these people are fucking Fabians. And they're all fucking eugenicists. Every single one of these people, like even like the government, like weird USAID bullshit that they were doing, like trying to turn people tranny in like Sudan and shit, and trying to like gay Africa and stuff. Like to me, that's all eugenics movements too. They're like, well, if they're gay, they're going to be like they want to give them pump vaccines, turn them autistic and queer, get them to kill themselves that way, and then we can just take all their resources. Like
No.
they're like, hey, those
That is
blacks, they
actually-
won't stop reproducing. Like it's all just overpopulation, like bullshit.
No, 100%. Yeah, 100%. And like,
JJ, just real quick, let me just say what I want to get at is that how, like what I was saying before, is that you have Peter Thiel deeply involved in AI.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, go ahead.
And all of a sudden gets popped for his fucking shit. He's big into eugenics. Fucking what's his face gets popped. Epstein. And Trump has gotten money from him, and now Pete and JD Vance has gotten money from him. I honestly think that motherfucker's pulling a lot of strings, my opinion.
I think it's certainly plausible. And again,
and I think
he's deeply involved in the AI too. They don't forget that, right? So the Thiel Epstein conflict could have been AI related.
And I also do
think Musk in that too, right?
Yeah. Even when they took that picture.
No. Elon Musk is the good guy billionaire. We all know it. He fights for free speech. He's the good guy. So I don't want to hear any bad words about Elon Musk.
Yeah, when they took that picture of them at that, what were they at a football game together, and it was Trump and Elon in the box, and you see their face up on the screen, and people were taking pictures of their faces on the screen. The fucking advertisement in that picture is Planeteer. Like you literally still have fucking Peter Thiel somehow popping up in that fucking picture with all of them.
I think the elite had to take Elon Musk's side and like have the fucking talk of death with him. I think that was part of that trip where him and Ben Shapiro went to Auschwitz and they like held hands and skipped. I think they were like, "Hey, we made this whole thing up, but we'll kill you if you don't go along with it." Like, obviously, the Holocaust didn't happen. So, and I think it's funny that. I think that's where they kind of put the fear of God in it. Yeah, look at that fucking photo of him. You know what? God damn it. Look at that photo right there. And then look at Ghislaine Maxwell and tell me they're not, like, honestly, that, you know how they do that fucking face swap? They're like, have you seen them in the same room together? Elon Musk is playing the actress. Like, they're all one fucking person. I would not be surprised if they're, like, sisters or something like that.
Oh, that'd be weird, right?
That would be weird. Holy shit, he looks like Ghislaine Maxwell right there.
Well, let me bring
is that Peter Nygaard on the left? Who is that?
No, that's Peter Thiel and Elon Musk when they
Peter Thiel. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. But look how weird they look then versus now. I mean, they've done a lot of like plastic surgeries, got some hair plugs. You know what I mean?
They just look weak.
So you're saying this photo could be photoshopped?
Yes, look at him. They're fucking related, dude. That's his aunt.
Same person.
It might be the same person, or that's his mom. That's his aunt. That's his big sister.
Yeah,
God, look at him, dude.
He claimed. I think she dated his brother, right? Didn't she date his brother, Kimball or whatever? Kimball Musk. I
don't know. I know Elon Musk's dad is kind of a piece of shit, right? Didn't he just like marry like a? Didn't his fucking dad do like some weird incest shit?
Ooh. Yep, banged his niece, I believe.
I think so. She's like 18 and he's fucking her or something. Like there's some weird stuff that's happening, and he's like in his 70s or. Yeah, some sick shit.
Well, for sure.
He has to keep it in the family because they're all probably Rothschilds, and they have to keep the world full of their bastards, dude.
And it sounds so great. 10 years ago, that sounded nuts. Today, that sounds reasonable to me. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like 10 years ago, I'm like, okay, everybody's a Rothschild. Okay, I get it, right? Today, I'm like, there might be onto something. Everyone, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers.
I mean, dude, all you have to do is put yourself in their shoes, and I would do the exact same thing. Why the fuck would I not? You know what I mean? I mean, and maybe back in the day they used to have to like fuck their sister and their cousins and their nieces and their all that, whatever the fuck it is. But now you can do something that like what the fuck is that piece of shit that we were just talking about? Jeffrey Epstein was doing, and just making a whole bunch of fucking like in vitro like fetuses and stuff like that. Now they can just like fuck around and make and. Yeah, dude, I think that's the big push for transhumanism now because they can just make their fucking babies. Sure. They don't have to fuck their... they probably don't even have dicks anymore, dude. They're so inbred and bizarre. They probably have like Ken doll, like they probably just have like fucking nothing down there.
It's a brave new world, literally. So look at Thiel in this picture, right? And then look at Thiel in this picture, right? I mean, what is going on with this dude's face? I mean, it almost looks like a different creature. I mean, he's had so much work done, you know what I mean? Like, he's almost unrecognizable. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely into all that blood stuff too, right? The blood transfusions of the younger blood.
Yeah, dude, there's those families that are doing that. I think that's what Peter Nygard was doing. He was like, he was basically like taking all of his like hooker embryos and like throwing it in a Vitamix and then like putting it in intravenously into his body to stay alive forever.
Oh, they were using it.
I'm glad you have the same thoughts about. Oh, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
They were IVing the blood.
I'm pretty sure.
They're definitely using it. For
don't quote me on that. I'm talking shit, and I've had a few beers, but I know he was doing stuff with his embryo. He was doing something to fucking get in there. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. They weren't playing around if they were IVing it. In my opinion.
He's turned them into strawberry milkshakes, and then.
So, are you all familiar with the brilliant television show by Mike Judge? You know, Beavis and Butthead, and all those things. He did a show called Silicon Valley.
I'd never watched it.
It was on HBO. Okay, so the first season there was a guy, and he was only in the first season, right? I think it's funny that you have the similar view on Thiel. I think Thiel's out there murking fools. I think Thiel murked this fool. So there's a guy in Silicon Valley season 1 on HBO. Again, Mike Judge, executive produced show. Named
Can you zoom in on that guy's face?
Yeah. He's clearly a parody or satirical character on Peter Thiel.
Yeah, he's fucking hideous, dude.
Oh, dude, and he does the weirdest mannerisms, which again is all modeled after Thiel, right? This dude died of aggressive cancer in between season 1 and season 2. They had to write him out of the show. I think Thiel was so butthurt about this representation of him on TV. He's like, that dude's got to die. You know what I mean? Like, again, like it's a really bizarre situation. I mean, yeah, you can die of aggressive cancer, but he was 48 years old. It's not exactly common.
Now the turbo cancers, those are fucking artificial. That shit is that's all government fucking shit.
Well, I told you earlier, JJ. I think that motherfucker's killing people too.
That's what I'm saying. I think we're all in agreement with that.
Yeah, I think some believe it or not, I think some of the Austin SFK considered SFKs might actually be him. Yeah, I think
you've heard it here. You've heard it here first, folks. Peter Thiel is the smiley face killer, killing all those fucking faggots out in Texas. He fucks them in murder.
Oh man, maybe that's the whole gay connection there, JJ. Remember how we thought there was like someone like on those down low apps?
Well, there's definitely some of that.
Straight up, dude. It's Thiel.
Oh.
Well, look, is this real? Thiel's the one who tipped off everyone to flee Silicon Valley Bank and involved in the FTX scam. Well, Silicon Valley Bank was involved in a lot of things.
Is it really? Because I was remember how I said maybe. Come on. So Thiel's the one who tipped off that Sam Bankman-Fried fund.
We're living in clown world, bro.
No, it sounds like I'll have to look into that some more. That's a good comment. It sounds like he was involved with the failure of SVB, the Silicon Valley Bank, which financed FTX, right? So Thiel's buddy, and then also relative to Nick and I do an Idaho 4 series on here with Ron from New England on our podcasts. One thing I've
shout out to Ron. Love Ron.
Yeah, Ron's great. Ron's a hilarious dude. So one of the things is these connections to Silicon Valley, including the Peter Thiel network, right? The PayPal mafia, right? So these guys are financing like these weird like DNA labs, this Othram Labs that's connected to the Idaho 4 murders, is financed by Peter Thiel and Elon Musk's PayPal mafia guy, the Polish fellow, right? And it's financed with this Silicon Valley Bank money. So there is these weird huge financial things going on with these Silicon Valley, folks, Peter Thiel and gang, right? The whole PayPal mafia kind of.
Yeah, dude, does not surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah, and like let's play a game. Is he Jewish, Peter Thiel? What's his background?
Dude, I would not be surprised. I think I've looked that up before. I think yeah. Let's see. Did we do it?
German, right? So, yeah, I got him right here.
Yeah, but they always do. It's the crypto Jew bullshit.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. He was born in France. Oh, he was born in West Germany. Okay. To Klaus Friedrich Thiel.
His father was a chemical engineer. Klaus worked for various mining companies. Let's see here. Thiel. Oh, yeah. He lived grew up in South Africa and near Namibia. Let's see here. Attended Scotland. Required student uniforms. Like, whether he is a Jew or not, he was definitely diddled and pumped full of Jew cum when he was in Scotland in South Africa, and that's what queered him.
That's what got him.
Yeah,
he
that's
sounds
what
kind of like a Nazi background, doesn't he?
Elon also grew up in South Africa. That's right. Yeah, somebody down there.
That's a good point. No, but I mean, this West Germany chemical engineer stuff sounds kind of Nazi-like, but I'm gonna have to look into that more. It just has the kind of the hallmarks of what I would expect to see. The military-industrial complex, West Germany, right? I mean, that was the U.S. backside, right? Of all the nonsense that was going on there post World War II.
100%, dude. Let's see here.
Musk, Thiel, and Rogan. Yeah, I mean, Rogan's certainly in that mix of at least socially speaking, right? If not more than that. I guess they're all part of the Texas contingent now. I don't know Thiel that lives in Texas, but I know the rest of those guys do.
Well, so whether or not he is a Jew or not, I see Peter Thiel. There's a quote from him that says, "I defer to Israel."
There you go.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of he's a giant Zionist. So he might be like the Shabbos goy, right? He might just be one of those little obedient goys that do what the fuck they're told, and that's why he is so rich and powerful.
So what you're saying is we should call it inconclusive.
Inconclusive, yeah. Rothschild bastard, so probably, yeah.
No, I see the comments about why I defer to Israel, though. Yeah, that's some interesting. At some point in time, some of that makes sense. Like, I know it gets thrown around a lot, like, oh, Israel makes all these decisions, but at some point in time, why is everybody, kowtowing to Israel, right?
Why does Donald Trump stop all foreign aid except to Israel? Like, if they're trying to hide it, they're not doing a very good job.
Yeah, so I oftentimes also wonder, like, as far as, the fake histories that were sold, like, what is the actual situation with down over there? Like, who is the Saudi family, right? Because it seems like the Saudi family hail from some Jewish Turkish origins, Eastern European Jewish origins. Yet they got installed as these Arab folks, right?
What is Tara Jackson saying? Please catch me up with fat gymnasts.
I think that was something Headless Giant dropped there night. Yeah, I think it was an inside joke from Headless there night, right?
Oh my god, yeah.
Do you know what I mean, though? As far as, like, we're told the Balfour Declaration, all these other things, but, like, what really is the history of, this establishment? Because right now we got Donald Trump claiming ownership of Gaza, apparently, even though I don't think he's being serious. I think he's trolling folks, but nonetheless, he's saying that, right?
Hell yeah, dude.
Thiel is trying to
Malta. Interesting. Okay, so let's see here. Somebody was talking about my beanie. Love you. Yes, this beanie is amazing. And then Teresa threw her Etsy right down there. So if people want that beanie,
nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that style. The double tinfoil. That's a good look on you there, Nate.
So Teresa, part of the Occult Rejects and Friends and the Spiritual Gangster podcast, makes these wonderful beanies, the one that's on my head. So go over there and get one. Teresa's the best.
Yeah, I think Headless was trolling me back because I trolled him on his ghost program. He asked for people to send emails in for his Headless Uncle Headless's mailbag, mystical mailbag or whatever, mystery mailbag, I think. Anyway, ghost, paranormal, this type of things. Well, I wrote him an email as if I was Dan Aykroyd's character from Ghostbusters 1. And he started reading it before he realized that I was fucking trolling him.
I was kind of hoping you were going to send the Dan Aykroyd part where, like, the ghost was blowing him.
Right. Oh, I forgot about that scene. That'll be my next email to him.
Yeah. You should send that one to him. I know he's not listening right now either because he's doing his spaces. So we're good.
Nice. So he won't find my devious plan.
Yeah. I thought it was funny when he sent us a link to his spaces that starts at 9.
I saw that.
Now we're going live at 9. Like, what do you?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I like the
ultimately.
idea though that I like his idea of the focusing in stories and stuff. That's a cool idea. I just I couldn't resist. I had to troll the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that was funny. As soon as he said too, the email was like, wait, that's JJ Vance.
Right. I saw your face. So you're like, wait.
Yeah, I was like, wait, that's fucking JJ.
Yeah, I sent it from my email. I wasn't being
From
like
Double
devious,
J, and I was like,
yeah.
I was like, oh, this ought to be good.
Sure.
So
as far as the Thiel world order, what do you guys looking? Is this going to continue? Like, it seems like the Silicon Valley thing's taking over, not just politics but society. You mentioned the Zizian cult, that's the Silicon Valley transpocalypse homicide cult or something like that, which sounds wild, but apparently it's a thing, right? And then you have Larry Ellison.
They're tranny vegans, right?
Yeah, vegan trannies. Yeah. Gotta watch out for them motherfuckers. They're crazy.
It sounds like Portland, dude. There's a bunch of tranny vegans out here.
Heavy recruiting ground, huh?
Dude, yeah, no doubt. Now, what do you guys know about their like religion? Are they kind of, as far as I knew, they're some sort of like weird like alien cult, right? Or
it does kind of
do alien stuff, huh? I didn't know.
I'm not sure.
Getting heavy into AI, and in my opinion, it sounds like a lot of deep occult. Actually,
that's right.
Start getting into the brain and stuff too, how the brain works. Yeah, one of the chicks was even saying that she thinks like basically the left side and the right side are trying to kill each other. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Women.
Fuck it is. Yeah, if it was, the brain is basically the left and right side are always constantly trying to kill each other, or would if they could. Yeah, they get into like weird ideas about like thinking and how the mind works. It's very, very weird shit. Yeah, very weird shit. Yo, a lot. They're all educated too. They all went to crazy fucking. 2 of them worked for NASA at some point.
You know a lot about the
subject. Bunch more Nazi faggots. Those are the worst kind of Nazis. Like, bring back base Nazis. That's fucking weird.
I have 18 pages of notes on it. That's why I know so much about it.
I was going to say, do you want to plug an upcoming show, perhaps? Yeah. Is it time for a plug?
Yeah, believe it or not, I found out about Ethan on this topic, and then me and Lisa started going into it, and it is something that I think we were going to try to cover this week or cover eventually. I would like to sooner than later before everybody else starts covering it. But yeah, we do have a bunch of information on them already, and it's very weird. And it goes back to some really weird people. Weird things that you wouldn't be like, what the fuck? Just very weird.
Right.
In my opinion, this actually will really tie in to showing that I think Peter Thiel is using people to kill motherfuckers, or he's creating assassins.
The comment right underneath that one. The Nazi piss piggies are the worst.
All right. Peter Thiel. No, so I think it's interesting. I'm excited to hear your all show there, Nick, on the coverage of this. I'm only vaguely familiar with the topic. If they do alien stuff, I'm all in. If they're doing transpocalypse, alien cult murder stuff, I got to learn more about it.
I don't know if it's aliens. You're right. It's the AI. I knew it was something fucking weird.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's pretty weird. Yeah.
So I thought they were kind of Two-Spirit for a minute, but that's a different cult. Those goofball Two-Spirit weirdos that
the twin flames.
Twin flames, yeah, the twin flames. Yeah.
Yo, that one was fucking crazy. Yo, they started determining people's sexuality and who they're partnering up with. I was like, what the fuck?
Just so happens all the young hot ones are God told me you and I need to fuck. So it's always like that.
Can you imagine being like, yo, I was in some cult that told me that I was a different sex and marry me to this person? Or imagine like you're dating somebody and they tell you that was like their last experience.
Look, the universe told me that you're my piss piggy from now on. And I just
I'm out. Thank you.
So this cult's active. The twin
dude. Hell yeah. Dude, they were the funnest follow for a minute because there was a bunch of like twin flame accounts that were on Instagram. Dude, they were so good. And they were like channeling like a blue avians and they're going and like doing all kinds
really out of their mind, dude. It was so entertaining.
Oh, dude, I loved it so much. all of those accounts are gone. That they all went underground, and they're all just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with them, but they were the best, dude. I'm sad. Like, somebody that has those videos, send them to me. We're gonna make fun of them and have fun on Schizo.
There's got to be an archive.
There's got to be an archive. Yeah. I wasn't smart enough to save those videos.
The Zizzian folks are interesting to me on a surface level because they've covered so much ground. They've gone from California to North Carolina to Vermont, committed numerous murders, the leaders faked his own death apparently numerous times. I mean, the whole situation seems wild as shit, dude. Like, super wild.
Who are they murdering? Who is there, is it random, or are they killing specific people? Like, what?
Yeah, that's the only weird thing. Those people seem random, but I don't know if they really are. I don't know. It's weird. Even like the way that the one guy that they did kill, they tried killing him once. They stuck a fucking sword into his eye and somehow still didn't kill him. And I think stabbed him or some shit. It was a guy's that property that they were living on. They were living in some boat at one point out on some dock.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And the boat basically just like broke down. And some guy who owned a huge piece of property offered to let them stay on the property. So they all went there with their vans and cars and basically just like rented the property just to stay there. I don't know. Maybe it did happen that way. And then eventually he was asking for rent and they basically tried to like fucking kill him. Some dude used a samurai sword and I think stabbed him in the eye. Then like, I think he shot and killed one of them. Maybe shot one of them or some shit. Somebody got arrested. And then eventually, when he was pressing charges against him and the other ones or whatever, they're looking for the other ones. I forgot exactly who was getting charges pressed on him, but they ended up killing the motherfucker. They killed him before he could go to trial or before he could, go further.
Man.
They killed him.
Gangsters.
And then one of the chicks, one of the main smart ones that I think did work for NASA, the one that was from Pennsylvania, she did work for NASA at some point. Her parents got knocked off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is interesting when you look at all these victims, like some may be targeted, others not, right? And
the Border
Patrol agent too.
And which was really interesting. This Border Patrol agent somehow just happened to be down at the Twin Towers on 9/11 as well. But,
yeah, that's super weird, right?
Christ,
super weird.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know. I want to see these freaks' genitals. I want to know if they're weekend warriors. Do they really have arm dicks, or are they just pretending? They just like Ugmos with makeup, or yeah.
Well, speaking of Vermont and the Transpocalypse, that area of Vermont specifically, what's called the Northeast Kingdom. I'm a bootleg Vermonter, born in Connecticut, but spent much of my childhood in Vermont. This character was running a cult in that same area of the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. It's a very remote, desolate area of Vermont. This is Ezra Miller, definitely a Jew. Just get out of the way for you there. He's the star of The Flash, the DC films The Flash, right? While filming they did The Flash, it hadn't been released yet. He's got a sex cult operation in Vermont. He's threatening 14-year-old girls at game night at someone's house in Massachusetts. This dude's into some wild shit. I mean, he could fit in with the Zizzian crowd if you ask me.
He's wearing fur, though. I don't know if those vegans like that.
Oh.
And what else is he wearing here? Skulls?
Some bad makeup or good makeup, I guess.
I was about to say, let's get JD Vance's opinion on that eyeliner. See what he might call that good eyeliner.
I think he likes. Yeah, I think JD was wearing the same lip gloss. I think
the same lip gloss.
That's your cousin we're talking about, JJ. We gotta be nice,
right? This Ezra Miller character, though, super wild, dude. Can you imagine you're the star of a huge Hollywood budget film and they haven't released it yet, and you're like, you know what I'm gonna go do? I'm gonna go to a game night, like a family game night, try to rape the family's 13-year-old daughter and then pull a gun on them when they don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, that's some wild ass shit. Like, how is that not in jail? You know what I mean?
He definitely has weird connections, dude. Yeah, I don't remember who his father is, but I think his father is some high up level. Yeah, look that up, who that motherfucker's father is. Yeah. I think his father is in the fucking military or something like that. There's some big, yeah, I remember some weird, kooky fucking connections with that because I've looked into that fucking circus freak before, too.
That's that fucking piss piggy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's see. Who the fuck is his dad? Let's see here.
Oh, you're right. Vice president of Hyperion Books.
Okay, Miller identifies as Jewish and spiritual. Oh, okay, his dad was a publisher?
But yeah, big time. He was the senior vice president of a book publisher.
Interesting. Okay, I thought his dad was in the military or something. I'm probably thinking about some other fucking tranny Jewish piss piggy. Yeah.
Oh shit! He may have been beforehand, but yeah, they got him listed here as some publishing company, dude. I don't know this publishing company though.
I type that into Google. Tranny Jewish piss piggy military father.
With the flash.
I'm gonna type that into Bing AI art and see what it is.
Right. Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I you know, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in Vermont. That's what really triggered me looking at the Zizzy stuff, because the Border Patrol agent, I'm like, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in that Northeast Kingdom, including that Ezra Miller guy's cult situation at one point.
Who's that other fucking filthbag actor, whatever the fuck his name is? He was in that horrific movie about meth back in the day. Requiem for a Dream. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Ass to ass. Dude, Jennifer Connelly was so hot back then. But the main actor, do you know who I'm talking about? Jared goddamn Leto. He has a fucking
Jared
he owns. Yeah, he has his own weird compound and like a weird sex cult going on. He's a weird son of a bitch.
Oh, big time. Did you? Yeah. Do you see the Jesus retreats he does?
No.
He'll do like a Jesus retreat where he dresses like Jesus. Oh yeah, it's wild.
Maybe I was thinking about Jared Leto. Is Jared Leto's dad? Hey, Jared Leto, is he a Jew? Let's look that up.
Let's definitely look that up. Let me pull up this picture real quick to show you what I'm talking about. This Jesus scene. He clearly was intentionally dressing like.
Teresa said that movie scared me. Like, yes, that movie fucking freaked me out too. Good Lord.
He's Christian.
It's funny though, like I didn't try meth until after I watched that movie.
Never tried meth.
Oh, dude, it's so good. Don't. It's so good.
You'll love it.
Yeah, it's fucking bee's knees, dude. It's fucking wonderful.
I haven't heard that phrase in a while.
No, I mean, there's something to be said with Leto, right? So when he played the Joker, he never broke character and was like doing creepy Joker shit to all of his cast members on that Suicide Squad, right? During the filming of it, like he apparently sent Margot Robbie like a dead rabbit in a box because that's what the Joker would do.
Yeah, these fucking method actors are taking shit too far. Maybe they're just fucking mentally ill. Help me with the worst flu of my life. Interesting. Yeah, buddy. Like, I wouldn't even... Jared Leto lives, like, at Lookout Mountain in old Air Force Base. Yeah. There's some weird shit about his weird fucking compound that he lives at. He's doing some creepy shit there, dude. Yeah, and I heard he has like a harem of, like, over 100+ women or something like that is what I heard. I don't know if that's true. Jared Leto's just...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's wild. Let's see.
He's busy.
Did y'all see when COVID, when the whole shutdown and everything back in 2020 happened, March or whatever, whenever that first occurred, he was in the desert on like some like no cell phone like retreat meditation in the desert for like 2 weeks or some shit, or 3 weeks. He came out of that and the whole world was shut down, and he like released a statement. It was sound like the most douchiest statement imaginable.
Yeah, he's a fucking faggot, dude. He's awful.
Yeah, I gotta find this tweet. It's fucking hilarious. Here we go. I mean, I think this tweet that he sent out like is a great depiction of the weirdo this dude is. That's not the full one. That's a brief one. It says, walked out yesterday into a very different world, one that's been changed forever. Mind blowing to say the least. I'm getting messages from friends and family all around the globe and catching up what's going on. Yeah, that wasn't the one I was thinking of, but yeah, I mean, the guy's into weird stuff. There's just no question about it. I mean, whether he's got a harem of women, he certainly seems like he probably does. These Jesus retreats that he does.
Dude, this is some fucking bullshit. Look up right now. Look up who Jared Leto's father was and tell me that that's his dad. This is what Google is trying to fucking tell me.
Okay.
Look at a photo of fucking Jared Leto's dad.
We got not a real dad. Come on, dude. Anthony Bryant, what is this, dude?
Yeah, that's what the fuck Google's telling me, that that's his father. Yeah, pull up a goddamn picture and tell me that's Jared Leto's dad.
Come on, dude. That's not going to work. What is going on in life? Come on, dude. That ain't his
this
dad,
guy,
dude.
yeah, this is who they say is Jared Leto's father.
That's ridiculous.
Jared Leto is like the fucking what do they call those people? They call them red bones. Jared Leto's just like Jared Leto's a quadroon and he's just super light skinned or what? This is Jared Leto's father.
This is crazy, dude. Is that like it seems like it might be real, dude. They're calling him Cajun. I don't think he's Cajun.
He's a spitting image of his father.
Yeah. Dude, he looks like Hightower from the Police Academy movie.
This is how they're hiding he's Jewish, and they're doing it in the most stupid way.
I think you might be onto something, Nate. I think you might be onto something here. Yeah, that does. I'm not buying that's his
what
father.
Do you think, Nick?
Huh?
Right, yeah, huh? That's a great response.
No, so I was like looking for all this shit. I was like, there's got to be a different picture or something.
Yeah, I mean, that picture that keeps coming up, yeah.
All right. Well,
I guess anything's possible.
Oh, yeah.
They're saying his dad was Cajun. I don't know if that fella right there is Cajun, but
You can definitely see it in the nose.
maybe he's
He
got
had a little
tan.
blackening seasoning. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. How easy would that be, though? Like, until this moment, I've never thought who the hell is Jared Leto's
Look
father.
at goddamn Jared Leto and tell me his dad's a nigger. That's not.
Oh man,
dude, that handsome Mandingo definitely did not father him.
Well, let's take a quick shot at this. There
we go. There's Jared Leto's daddy, right there.
that's
Look at that beard. That looks a little Israeli-like, if you ask me. A little tiny hat-like.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
Your
it
theory
does.
might
Yeah.
be correct. Your theory might be correct.
You shall not pass. That's what Lord said. Oh, dude.
Well, I mean, there are these mysterious relationships in Hollywood. Did you know that Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey have come out and said they're brothers?
Yeah, that's bizarre, dude. That's fucking
They
bizarre.
have the same
Matthew
dad.
McConaughey and what's his name? It was
Woody Harrelson. They have the same
Woody
dad.
Harrelson. Who was Woody Harrelson's dad was the one that was an assassin, right?
Right. He murdered Judge
Yeah.
Warren Wood and down there in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
The only sitting federal district judge to ever be murdered in America, I believe.
I mean, you can see it. They do look similar. That's not. It's weird that they've decided to just come out with it now. That's
Right.
kind of weird.
McConaughey's mother even has come out. She's like, "Yeah, I banged that assassin dude, Charles Harrelson." Like she even signed on it, right? She's even admitted to it.
Hell yeah, dude. That's hot. I always forget which one, who had the Nazi rapist father or Nazi child molesting father, and that was Kevin Spacey. Yeah, Kevin Spacey had the. He was raping the boys. That's yeah, that's why Kevin Spacey's so fucked up as he is. Speaking of psycho nags that murder people, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Peter Thiel and Kevin Spacey hooked up because they're both homos that like to kill people.
That certainly seemed like they would be two peas in a pod. Have you ever seen his brother?
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
No, dude.
Buckle up. Buckle up. You're gonna enjoy this one.
Oh, this poor bastard.
You're gonna like this one, Nate.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. That outfit is amazing. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, hell yeah.
Randy Fowler.
He's definitely a homosexual, right? That's
Oh, that or a Rod Stewart impersonator. I haven't quite figured that one out yet.
Oh, dude, he's fucking fantastic.
Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart like barfs when women throw themselves
Holy
at him.
crap, that is Rod Stewart. What the
God damn.
Right?
Dude.
That's what happens when you got a Nazi father that rapes you a bunch, I guess, right? You end up looking like that.
man?
That's what happens. Yeah,
That
you
is
don't
what
use hair
happens.
gel, you use daddy's cum. That's how his hair's standing up so good. It's there's something about Mary with the fucking
Fuck.
I mean, I don't know what point or era this was styling. You know what I mean? Like, at no point in time did he go outside like
never.
dressing.
That was never a fucking
No.
style.
Yeah.
Especially look how old he is. That was never a goddamn style.
I mean, there's a lot of turquoise here, right?
It's like the
Yeah,
seagulls couldn't pull that
He
off.
looks like a goddamn anime character. it's,
Right?
it's
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. They had a dark childhood, I imagine. Old Kevin Spacey and Randy here. I'm trying to bring up a picture of him when he doesn't look like Rod Stewart.
Yo, is that his driver's outfit?
Right? His chauffeur.
Yo, I'm digging that
So
necklace, bow tie, or whatever.
Here's the Fowler brothers as the younger men. Oop, what did I just do here? That can't be right.
he always had a thing. Yeah, he's slightly more flamboyant, but
Liberace.
Yeah, dude. They look like a couple of characters. I mean, he's doing some weird stuff with that tie, right? It's almost like an ascot.
mhm.
Ascot.
You can tell he had a lot of workout with that jaw.
Oh, I mean,
Oh.
very jolly, right? Very jolly.
Yeah.
He's kind of got a Phil Spector thing going on in this photo.
Look at that! God damn it!
Why? Look at what's up with the rings?
Right?
They're all the same.
Yo. How much onyx can you wear? Or whatever it is,
Yeah, I'm not sure what this dude's aiming for, but yeah, he's flamboyant. That's a good way. That's the best way.
Oh, somebody says he's looking like Jimmy Savile. That's true. He does look like Jimmy Savile.
I was trying to remember his
Oh.
name before in that last picture. I was going to say that.
Twinkle says Jawzercising.
Looks pretty ghoulish in that one, doesn't it?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, Spacey's into some dark shit, man. Them videos he released when Christmas time playing the Frank Underwood character, that was weird.
Yeah. That was weird stuff, actually.
Do you know the guy that was filming those videos was like a pop singer from the early 2000s that like dude left his wife and kids to run away with Kevin Spacey? Do y'all know that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you may not recognize the name, but you'd recognize the shitty song. They were Evan and Jaron. They had a one-hit wonder. I think they were twin brothers. I don't know which one ran off with Spacey, but the guy filming those weird videos where he's playing Frank Underwood in his Christmas videos, the guy filming it is one of these characters, Evan and Jaron.
Okay, so I've got a photo pulled up. When I saw his Rod Stewart lookalike thing, it reminded me of this. There's a really popular Japanese stupid song right now. I won't play the music video because we're on fucking YouTube right now. But these guys, they look like these guys. He's dressed like these fucking freaks.
Yeah, what is that scene? Like,
Almost has the same hairdo too.
It does. It looks very similar. Is this like so? Is this like an anime look? Is that what this is based off of then?
That's what made me think he looked like an anime character. Yeah, whatever this fucking stupid song is. Anyone on Instagram knows what the fuck I'm talking about. They're like on every goddamn TikTok and shit.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said though about it. Like I'm pondering these Kevin Spacey things and remembering what went on there. Like, yeah, dude, even the first lady, like the lady that made the first complaints, like public complaint about him raping all these especially young men, she died crossing. She was walking across the crosswalk and some car just hit and run, just blew her right over, just ran her right over and kept going. Her name was, she was a psychologist out of Massachusetts.
We're talking about Kevin Spacey's, because 3 out of the 4, at least the Americans were dead. The people that were trying to testify, the accusers. 3 out of 4 of them fucking died. You know, as they do.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. So one of those accusers went to like a psychologist, right? You know, because he got raped, wanted to go talk to someone about it. So that lady made public statements about Kevin Spacey. She was the first person to make public statements. She got run over while crossing a road one day and never, hit and run, right? Strangely enough, her last name was Culkin, which I've never looked into further whether or not she's related to Macaulay Culkin and Kieran Culkin, but it's just, it's a pretty unique name. It's an Irish name. It's a pretty unique name.
Dude, I'm pretty sure there was, I can't, what the fuck is his name? He's one of the 007 actors. Didn't he just accuse him of some inappropriate shit? 007 actor accused Kevin Spacey.
Wow.
I just heard about this morning, and I wonder if it's true or not. Kevin's.
I'm looking. I have not heard of this.
Yeah, neither have I.
Or maybe Guy Pearce. Isn't Guy Pearce one of the 007 dudes? Guy Pearce, wasn't he a famous actor?
He's been in a lot of shit. He was in Memento.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yo, that was a good movie. That was bugged out.
That was a really good movie. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Christopher Nolan.
Great movie. Oh, okay. No, I thought he was the other guy. Okay, no, I thought Guy something or other, the 007 dude. I thought it was him, but I'm wrong. Yeah, Guy Pearce, some British actor, accused Kevin Spacey of like being weird with him and trying to do stuff with him or something. Yeah, here we go.
Trying to jam things in some holes.
Oh man.
Maybe he just wanted a new piss piggy.
French baguettes.
He was just trying to show him some jazzercise exercises. So he was.
He called his brother in to instruct on that lesson, huh? Yeah, dude, this is weird.
Guy Pearce is Aussie. People are saying in the chat. You guys are probably right. I don't know too much about it. I just heard about it this morning. Interesting.
Yeah, L.A. Confidential. That was a good movie too. He was in. Oh, he called him a handsy guy. Okay, interesting.
Handy. He's a handy guy.
It sounds like
right. They were in LA Confidential together. This happened back in 1997, it says.
I think this dude is getting ready to cross over to the other side. I think he's
right. His days are limited. Yeah, especially when Kevin Spacey's responding to the accusation, right? Like he's firing back, dude. He's coming in hot, dude. Yeah, there was
dude.
Well, do you know the actor Anthony Rapp?
Mm-mm.
He was in Dazed and Confused. I'll just bring this up.
Okay.
He accused Kevin Spacey of raping when he was like 14.
Oh,
I mean, he was in his 30s when he made the accusations, but he claimed he was back when he was like 14 years old, right? So I looked to see where Anthony Rapp was when he was 14, right? He was at that weird Interlaken summer camp that Epstein funded and lived on when he was 14. And Kevin Spacey and Epstein were friends, right? So how long has this stuff been going on? You know what I mean? Because it sounds like Kevin Spacey raped Anthony Rapp at the Interlaken summer camp. May or may not have been in Jeffrey Epstein's house there. Who knows?
Dude, it's all goddamn connected, dude.
Yeah, because
It is a big club.
So we're talking early 80s with this guy. This guy got raped in the early 80s. Oh, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
No, it's just a damn.
Oh,
I just have more horrific things to say that are more likely to get you a strike if I haven't already. I'm sorry.
Oh, they said
86. Yeah, dude, this shit went to trial. That's what I'm saying. This was a big deal. This was the first major one with Spacey. Some of the other ones were more minor, like the kid out of Nantucket who claimed Spacey was rubbing him through his, giving him over the pants handy J, inside a bar in Nantucket.
Wow.
That's funny. So somebody's saying that Spacey's probably a high-level Mossad agent that behaves like he doesn't give a fuck. Dude, I don't like to say it, but it's true. There was weird fucking connections, at least with like the fascist movement, with like the formation of Israel and like Nazis. Because it's like Israel has become the fucking Nazis they pretended to hate.
I'm saying, dude, this doesn't make sense, dude. They hired an SS Nazi assassin to go assassinate people for them. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I mean, they had to like clear out the witnesses. Anyone that could fucking say like, oh, I mean, Auschwitz was basically like a goddamn summer camp, and they had like pools and shit. They had like they probably had a tennis. They had like a tennis course for them, and then
right.
Anyway, so they had to get.
How a Nazi became an assassin for Israel, dude? Like, what are you talking about here? We obviously don't know the history of these situations.
No,
yeah, Otto Scorsani, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Bumclat. Yeah, I couldn't spell it either. It took me a minute. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I learned a lot about, this is never anything mainstream that this dude worked for Israel, but obviously, it leads to have, like, I've got a lot more questions once I learned this subject right here, right, about Scorsani.
Well, yeah, I don't know how much I want to get in. I was going to go in on the fucking Holocaust, but we're on YouTube, so I'll just shut up.
Sure. Yeah, we can bring this to a close too, gentlemen, if you'd like to. I mean,
Marky Mark, Nate is always too hot for YouTube.
There you go. I'll turn it over to you, gents, for any closing remarks here, but I appreciate both of your all's time here. I've had a great conversation with you both here, and I think we're leaving it at a good time before we start getting into, questioning numbers of the 6 million or whatnot. And I'm not pointing fingers at you, Nate. I'll ask the same questions too. So, logistically speaking, it doesn't make sense. Like, how many you're doing a minute? Like, what are we talking about here, right?
Oh, I mean, wait. I think it's up to 11 now.
Is it? There's no goddamn way, because Auschwitz came in.
How it's changed recently. They saw it on another site. The number's totally different now.
Auschwitz themselves at first said it was 4 million, and then they dropped their number to 1. And so immediately right off the bat, you're like, how did they lose 3 million people? And then it also calls into question, maybe that 1 million figures off. 1 million people's a lot of goddamn people. How the fuck do you kill 1 million? That's more than goddamn Genghis Khan. It's absolute horse shit. It didn't fucking happen. They're goddamn liars.
And then they hired a fucking Nazi assassin to go kill people for them. So, what really is going on in this world? We got trannies.
Did Hitler hate them? Well, first of all, you also have to ask yourself, was Hitler one of them? And was he also a Rothschild bastard? Because there's that question. But like, if he did hate them, did he have a justified fucking reason to hate them in Weimar Germany at that time? I would say so, and there's a reason why he wanted to kick him out of his goddamn country, because he was a patriot. I get that. Okay, good for you. And I don't think you should kill them, but send them packing. And I think that's what he was trying to do. And then I think that his country was starving, and it was the end of the war, and he couldn't even feed his own soldiers, and those people starved to death, and a lot of people died. And I think it was not a good thing. And Hitler's not a goddamn good guy. I'm not fucking saying that. I think Hitler's a piece of shit.
Right.
Just like every person that's in charge of a government is a piece of shit.
Just like every secret Rothschild puppet.
Every fucking secret Rothschild bastard is a piece of shit. God damn, sorry guys. I don't want to get you guys to strike.
No, that's good stuff. That's good stuff, Nate. Do you got any plugs there on the reality czars or schizo news you'd like to throw in here?
Yeah, I shouldn't plug them at the same time because, like, I like to keep those worlds separate.
Separate, but equal,
no, it doesn't matter. I'm kidding. So yeah, you can follow us on the Reality Czars. We have a lot of interesting, fun guests that we were talking to. I think tomorrow we're talking. So tomorrow we're doing Schizo News at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Both of you gentlemen are more than welcome to come and join us and have some fun. We always have a good time over there. We always have a bunch of people in the chat. It's a good time. Everyone that's listening now, come and follow us on our Rumble. And the fun is if you're there live, dude. Last Saturday we figured out how to do basically Omegle. You know what I'm talking about? So we were like talking to people all over the world and saying wild shit to them. So like we're gonna definitely do that.
Yo, that is genius, dude. Yeah, you could
we're gonna do that some
right?
more. Hell yeah, dude! It was so much fun, dude. It was so much fun. So
yo, did you like a lot of fucked up shit though? I mean, did you just have to see a lot of fucked up shit?
No, they weren't ready for us. We were the fucked up shit. We were the people that
heard some horror stories. I heard some horror stories about those things.
So comment, yeah. So Ozzy says she wants us to come see us live. Come see us live. Go follow us on our Rumble at Reality Czars, Reality Czars podcast, whatever it is. Come and find us. So let's see. You want to see, but no clue what time it's on. I think that it's 2 p.m. in Australian time because I tried to figure that out because I wanted to have Drew from You're Missing the Point come on too one of these times.
I like it.
Yeah, Drew's great, dude. He's good people.
You are correct. 10 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Australian Time.
There we go. Western Australian Time or something like that? Or Eastern Australian Time? It's a big-ass place, dude. Australia's huge. I think they cover a couple of fucking time zones.
For sure they do.
You guys should definitely come and join us tomorrow night, and hopefully Nick and JJ will be there. We're gonna have a fucking good time and laugh our asses off.
Reality
Czars.
I had a good time last week.
Hell yeah, dude. Reality Czars is our more like serious show, where we have like more serious guests on, and we're still fucking. I'm still me, so it's not that serious, but we have fun over there. So yeah, dude, everybody follows there. I like to give people my email address, realityzars@gmail.com. If you want to send me hate mail, love mail, all that fun stuff. And if you live within like an hour of Portland, I'll come and grab a beer with you. Just don't turn me into a lampshade, please. I've probably had a beer with at least a couple dozen of my listeners at this point. So,
that's awesome, man. That's cool.
Yeah,
shit.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now I'll put this in the show notes too, including your email address, and I promise I won't send any emails based on conflating my life with the life of Dan Aykroyd's character from Ghostbusters.
Hell yeah, dude.
Getting blowjobs from a ghost. I forgot about that scene, Nick. I'm glad you reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Whenever I think about that, I think about who was that big fat pig that was a gold digger? What's her name? She was like sexy as fuck, Playboy model, naked, and then she ballooned into a big fat pig, and then she married that old Texas billionaire and tried to steal all his wealth, and then she was like drugged her own kid, and they both died. You know who I'm talking about?
Anna
Nicole Smith, yeah. She talked about a ghost coming to her bed every single night for a full year and fucking her like she's never been fucked before. It was the best sex of her life, was getting fucked by a ghost.
Whoa.
Some wild shit.
So, 90
I guess he just beat that pussy up, dude.
Oh, shit. No, Nate, I appreciate your time, man. It's awesome. I definitely appreciate the invite, too. I definitely enjoy Schizo News, and I highly recommend the folks of the interwebs. If you want to get real schizo with it, definitely go check that out. It's a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, no, this is
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nick, do you got any, what are you working on the Occult Rejects? But I know you got, like you said, you were working on some transpocalypse stuff. What else you got?
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow, actually, I have a show dropping. Me and Teresa did a pretty interesting MK Ultra patents. So check that out. We got that dropping on the Occult Rejects tomorrow. Yeah, some patents. That'll be basically
like patents.
Patents that would be like used for like MK Ultra shit. There's
Like some neuro.
well, like using there's one like using electromagnetic waves to do stuff to like your brain and stuff. There's ways of like making you like hallucinate, you know, hear shit. The chip in the tooth, there's a patent for that. That shit from like 12 Monkeys is literally a patent for that.
Yeah. It's like beaming messages and transmitting them like somebody.
RFID chip, yeah, for your tooth, yeah, patent. Yeah, it's like there was actually a bunch of them out there, so we covered a few of them. It's rather interesting.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. So that will be dropping tomorrow. We're covering the Zizians, and check out we do a thing on I don't know when we're gonna start doing it. I know we've been doing it on Wednesdays only because you haven't been there, JJ, because I really don't want to kind of go against your live. But we're doing that Headless thing with Headless's mailbag. I think it's Headless Giant Podcast. I could be completely wrong, but go check out one of the older ones. If you got a story, definitely send in a story for Headless to read. It's a pretty fun show and it's rather interesting. So we got that going on. Check that out. Too.
And I just want to give another shout out to Teresa. Thank you for my hat. I see she's over there. Teresa, I love having a base Catholic lady there too. So if you want to come and join us tomorrow, you're also welcome. Love you, Teresa.
Nice.
She could definitely hang on that show too, which is pretty fun.
Dude.
Yeah, that one time we were laughing so hard, she had to turn off her camera, right?
Yeah,
she was hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good sign of the comedy over there. I definitely.
Yeah, definitely. My side was killing me. But yeah, the Occult Rejects on all major podcasts, BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube. And thank you again.
Nice. No, awesome. I'm glad you and I could both make it back to co-host together finally after 3 weeks here. Off the injured reserve for us both. No, and I appreciate you and the Headless and not conflicting with the Operation GCD Live.
You told him I was silly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and also if I can make plug also Headless' show there, the mystery mailbag. He definitely does not want you sending him emails conflating your life with the life of Ghostbusters. So take that for what you will. Definitely don't do that. But no, I enjoy the concept. It's a good idea. I like Headless. He's a funny dude. But and speaking of that, this coming Wednesday is Operation GCD Live is back, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Times, Twixter, YouTube, Rumble, and we're doing Nick's joining me, and so is the Occult, or so is Headless for an Occult Rejects roundtable on an occult and esoteric review of the 1991 cinematic masterpiece Pizza Man, starring Bill Maher, who's combating a crime lord in Los Angeles who's not played by Donald Trump, but his character is Donald Trump. And there's also a character in the film named Vance. So I highly recommend folks come check that out on Wednesday, Operation GCD Live. Myself, Nick, and Headless doing an occult and esoteric review of this. This movie's great, the Pizza Man. But yeah, I appreciate you gents both and folks of the interwebs. I hope you all enjoyed the Fridays this evening. And if you guys got anything else, we'll call it a night here.
Good.
That's everything, man. Thank you very much for having me back.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Anytime, Nate. Great times. Well, I appreciate it.
Well, that's it. That's the show here, folks. So the next time you're out on the town, visiting your local watering holes, or perhaps just meandering around, and you hear the unmistakable sounds of metal clanking, and you spot signs of a disturbance, well, check your six. Look in that garbage can, because you never can tell. The GCDs may be loose in your town.